morning and welcome to this special edition of Daily World TV. I'm Ajit Chak and I'm your host for the day, and sitting with us is Cal Koff, who's our expert for the day. And the question I'm going to ask Cal right now is, should the Indian Army in Kashmir invest in drone technology to fight militancy and infiltration from across the border? One of the reasons why I'm asking you this question, Cal, is that there has been a lot of controversy regarding the kind of technology we use in Kashmir for riot control, like the pellet guns. There's a lot of lives lost of Indian soldiers every year in militant attacks, and most of them are from across the border. Now, the use of drone technology has been limited in the Indian armed forces because maybe we have relied on other sources of technology and other sources of information, but drones are being used by the US to a large extent against terrorism and even other countries. Now, what's your take on this?
Well, India's problem is, and the drones are a perfect example of that. If I had to use an analogy to describe Indians' military preparedness, I would use the analogy of Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese tastes great, but if you start eating the holes, you get nothing. So India has some really major gaps in its military arsenal, especially in drones. It doesn't have a complete fleet, from nano drones to huge drones that have weapons that can have missiles like Hellfire missiles and take out targets. The US and Israel, which lead the world in the drone market, Israel invented the drones, they have the entire spectrum, okay? So the US military, for example, if you're a soldier, there are these small micro drones that you can take out, throw it in the air, it's about the size of a large insect, and it'll go flying wherever, and you can see what's on the other side of the building, what's on the other side of the hill, and so on. The advantage of that, and a lot of US troops have it, is you don't have to send guys over there to find where the militants are. They have other drones that can detect landmines and IEDs in the ground, and that's a very interesting piece of technology. The US has had that for years, and Israel. So I believe you use the right weapons for the right job. It doesn't matter what that is. And you are right that a lot of lives are lost. If you do a simple analysis of how those lives were lost, and you take out the ambushes, which is another thing that one can never fully prepare for, you see that a lot of these deaths are because of not having the right gear. And yet there's plenty of people out there who want to sell it, it's just not being purchased.
So you feel that drones would be the right gear to use to tackle militancy in Kashmir, and especially infiltration?
Drones should be part of the standard arsenal, just like a bullet is for your rifle, because drones can do anything. You remember the terrorist attack at Gurdaspur, okay?
Yeah, Gurdaspur, yes.
So they fired 10,000 bullets all day. Punjabi police officers who had never seen a hand grenade except in a movie were handed hand grenades and were throwing them. That's not how you fight terrorism. Imagine if they had attack dogs and sicked them on the terrorists, or simple drones that went in there and gassed them or whatever. Why didn't they use tear gas or gas to knock them out? It exists. It's the same stuff they give to patients in a hospital to put you out for surgery. It's opium based. Russia used knockout gas when those terrorists took that theater hostage. They had hundreds of people hostage. Unfortunately, they put too much knockout gas in there and didn't give the antidote. Some people died. But the point is, those three terrorists should not have stayed in a building, holed up all day, having 10,000 rounds fired and this macho, we're going to show them stuff. That's ridiculous. If that thing had been in Israel or the US or Russia, those guys would have been taken out very quickly and everyone would have gone home on time for lunch. So
basically you are saying that we should invest in drones?
Absolutely, but you need the whole spectrum of drones, because what will happen is if you only have the big ones that fire a missile, the bad guys will find ways around it. But if they know you have drones for every occasion, they run out of occasions. And give the troops these little tiny drones, they're cheap. They look like overgrown dragonflies. Therefore, they can send it out there and look at whatever, rather than have them be the eyes and ears and end up being in the crosshairs of a sniper.
The other alternative is that the terrorists will come with drones and make matters worse for the army soldiers.
Well,
because the terrorists keep upgrading their level of technology very fast.
Yeah, they do, but Pakistan isn't known, that's one of their few funders, of course. Pakistan doesn't lead anything in drone anything. That's the good news. Pakistan has to more than less buy foreign stuff to do their thing. Luckily, they're way behind on the drone stuff. Now, to India's credit, they've been buying drones from Israel, but the focus has been the big stuff,
Okay.
not the small stuff. And the big stuff can be shot down real easily, even with a Kalashnikov. unless
So
it flies
basically,
away.
India needs to invest in small drones for its troops, especially in the trouble-prone states of Jammu and Kashmir. And this will definitely help to check cross-border infiltration and militancy out there, you feel.
Yeah, it's kind of like an arsenal. You need all kinds of weapons depending on the situation. Same with drones. If you're going to go down the drone road, you need the whole spectrum. Otherwise, you're doing your country a disservice
Thank
and
you.
the people.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much.